new washing machine. Plugged it in backwards because the messy sink, which needs the rest of the water from the washing to give it a wash down, is on this side, so the outlet's on this side, and the pipe coming in is solar heated water. There's a seed tray on the roof, and it's been about an hour and 20 minutes about to go under the shadow of a tree, but it's gone up from about 19 degrees, so now it's blood temperature, so that should be good for washing. Okay, washing in there, dryer in there. Got some eco detergent and conditioner. Try those. So I'm just going to put some water in now. It's a bit difficult one-handed, so I'll turn it off and get it all loaded. Okay, I had to empty the last bit, half a bucket's worth from the my little solar thing, by tipping it out into a bucket, because it won't actually drain out very easy because of the outlet. But anyway, I haven't worked that bit out yet. So apparently these things rock about like crazy, so I'll just start it off slowly. Oh, it's not so bad. Well, I haven't overloaded it. It's not moving the washing much. Oh, there it goes. A bit. I think I'll have to give it a hand. Turn it over. It's slowly going. Oh, got it. I think I probably should put that bag at the bottom. Better view. Oh, go around a bit more now. Oh, I've put it down. There we go. I've only put it on for 3 minutes. Anyway, that's what it will do. Capacity and power. Doesn't take a lot. So I've heated the water with a little seed tray on the roof, and now it's just running off the solar panels. I'll go and check, see how much it's using actually. You're supposed to, it says you fill it up to about 2/3 full, so I've added another bucket of, small bucket of water. And it's still not 2/3 full, but it's going around a bit more than it was, although it's not doing this minute, but he's actually washing better. That is a tiny bucket, so I only filled it about there, so that's how 2 lots of that was how much was on the roof. So it's got about 3 of those now. Probably needs about 4 buckets, so probably need to put more. Can easily put more in the container on the roof. So I think I'll put 4 buckets worth in next time. Now I know how much it needs. I actually filled it up before I'd actually taken it out of the box to have a look inside. If I looked inside this actual washing container, I'd have thought it needed more water. On the other hand, if it's a combined washing capacity of 3.5 kilogram including water, I mean, I reckon that's more than 3.5 kilograms to fill that up with water. Okay, doing some spinning. I put a few things in, having ringed out as suggested by the instructions. I figured that would stop it from vibrating if you ring it out, less weight. But you can't put a lot in. I mean, you're talking about a couple of pair of pants or 3 or 4 socks. Any more than that, it starts to wobble about and go chug, 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 chug. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But this is what it's doing it when spinning when it's doing it properly. And that's what it does if you half fill it. It's not spinning very fast, and it's not doing the machine any good. So I'll just stop it. It does stop automatically. It's got a cutout when you open the lid, but the timer keeps going. Well, I managed to get all of those items in. Obviously they span out a little bit by then, so I've done 1 or 2 at a time. But what you can do is put a couple of socks in, get it spinning so it's not vibrating too much like it is now, like it's supposed to. And then you add get on the lid quickly, another couple of socks or so in the middle of the spin, so it spins out and sorts itself out, and then you do it again, add a bit more clothing, and eventually you can get quite a few in there. And I'm just going to let it run for the maximum 5 minutes now, although I'm not seeing any water come out. Anything coming out of there? No, it's not really spinning. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Probably not much water coming out. I mean, I did have to wring them out first, but see how we go. But obviously it's sort of a semi-automatic job, you've got to kind of help it. Okay, this is shirts, spur slips, that sort of thing. I'm going to see what happens. I've already done it for 5 minutes. I'm going to see how much water I can collect out of the waste pipe by giving it another 5 minutes run, see whether it's worth putting it on to get a bit more water out to shorten the amount of air drying time it takes. Just doing it on for 5 minutes. Goes tick 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 tick. Okay, so that's how much more water. It's about 3 or 4 tablespoons full of water there, so it's probably worth doing. Anyway, not very clean either, by the looks of it. Makes me think maybe it needs probably a rinse of water after it to do a decent wash. It doesn't mention rinsing. Obviously you'd have to spin it out and then wash it again, I would have thought, to do it properly. Anyway, water's limited on a boat, so I'll see how it goes and see what the clothes turn out by. I think the main thing is to dry them off quickly. As hand washing previously, it took 2 or 3 days to dry, and the clothes get a bit stay damp too long. It's not good. Okay, I made some washing lines to hang up inside the rear canopy, and it works quite well. Obviously this dry came with the boat, so you fit a fair bit of washing out, and like I say, normally it takes 2 or 3 days to dry, so it's quite good today. It's breezy and it's warm. But the best thing is, no drips. Normally it'd be quite wet, quite a shower of drips dripping off after I've wrung them out with them, but nothing. So the dryer, it's been dry, it seems to have spun and done its job. One other thing to show you is it looks like you probably do have to do a bit of hand cleaning. Well, I'd recommend that anyway. Just to get the fibres out. There's a little filter there on the, I think that's the outlet. Probably stop pumps and things clogging, although it just needs to drain out by gravity. Probably one more reason to stop it clogging up. Okay. Right, I've given it a wipe round. I've also taken the filter out. Didn't mention that part in the instructions as far as I could see. I've taken it out, I've turned it inside out. It looks like the water, when it's in the machine, it sits like that on the side, and looks like the water's circulated and comes in and through it, because all the dirt is on the outside of the machine side. So I've turned it inside out. I'm just going to give it a little swill, try not to just turn it out. A few other things. It comes with this plate, I think, and it was inside the dryer. I think it's supposed to sit on top of the clothes, although I didn't know whether you needed that or whether it's just an idea to press down and get some more water out before you spun it, or to pat the washing down. Didn't explain what you did with it, so I didn't bother using it. Although it does lock in place, so maybe it's a good idea to stop any possibility of anything getting trapped when it's rotating, so that's probably a safety thing. Or safety for the machine at least. The other thing you get is this filler hose, which people have said is a bit naff. And what you're supposed to do, I think, is take that off there and you plug the hose on. It's just a squeeze fit, and that's supposed to fit on your tap, although I don't know how that would fit on my tap. I mean, basically, I think it's easier just to fill a bucket and pour it in, and also that way you can add a bit of warm water from a kettle and get the temperature right. You can't actually put water more than 50 degrees in, otherwise I think the damn thing melts. And the instructions tell you not to. So yeah, I'm pleased with the solar side of it. Anyway, I mean, I will put 2 buckets of water up there next time, and also I've got to find a way of tilting it so all the water comes out towards the end. Yeah, so total solar washing, and it seems to work. Fantastic, although can't do that sort of trick in winter with the solar panel, solar heater, but we'll see. Hello everybody, and welcome to my new video channel, Floating Ideas. I've just realised my first video is me doing my dirty washing in public. Things can only get better, I hope. But back to the Leisure-Wise Portawash. Was it any good? Is it worth the money? And can you really run it on pure solar alone? I made the washing video about a week ago, and since then I've done another load of washing. This time put in 4 small buckets of water on the roof. That's equivalent to 2 large buckets. I washed a pair of jeans and a very grubby hand towel, along with a few other things. The jeans were about the limit of the spin dryer. They were very heavy even when they were wrung out. But I found the way to get it to spin and not wobble about too much is to put it in kind of spiral fashion and then use the plastic plate to tamp it down, and then you turn on the spinner, and after a little wobble it does actually manage to do the job. I think jeans are probably about the maximum size item or weight of item you could do. You certainly couldn't do blankets in the machine. You can wash larger items, you can spin dry, that's got quite a capacity. But I still think you'd be struggling to get a whole blanket into the wash compartment. The grubby towel came out light green, like it should be, and now it's back in service. I noticed something during this second wash, and that was about the filter that's inside the washing compartment. The water goes out the bottom of the machine and comes back in through that filter. If you don't fill the container until it's up to that filter level, or slightly above it, then the washing machine can't circulate the water through to the top of the washing when you're doing the washing. So it's important you put enough water in there. It does say a maximum of 2/3 full. So I would say you've got to be at least half full. Probably 2/3 full is a good idea, just to keep that as a standard, not a minimum or a maximum. So is it worth the complication and expense and storage space compared with hand washing? Well, I would definitely say yes. While you're doing the main washing load, you do have time to go off and do other things. It's a 15-minute cycle, which is enough to do a decent wash actually. It does seem to clean the clothes on that. So, for instance, I went off and had a shave and came back and finished the washing. This time I did put 1 bucket of cold water in after the wash, after it had drained down. I didn't wring it out, just put the bucket in, turn it on for a couple of minutes, and then drain it out again, just to help get out some of the soap. So yes, it's very good. The dryer definitely dries the clothes. The clothes no longer drip when they're out on the line, and they're actually dried within half a day. So that's exactly what they should be if you were using a normal standard machine. I'm very pleased with that. Also, when you're on the spin dryer setting, you're doing the items 1 or 2 at a time. So what I tended to do was I put them in, get them up spinning steadily, and then take the last set out and peg them out while it was doing the spin for the next set. So you're not standing around and feeding them in, drip feeding. You're actually going away, coming back, and by the time you peg them washed out, you're more or less ready for the end of the last spin cycle. And the whole process takes about half an hour. So, regards costs, they start at about £80 online. I bought mine from Aldi using their online site, and they no longer, that was 2 months ago, they no longer have it in stock. But the starting price does seem to be a similar price to what I paid. So yeah, I think it's good value for money. All in all, I really like mine, and it's quite bulky. There is a handle that you can actually lift it about with, and I keep mine in the bath. I think it would probably fit in a shower as well. I have one of these 2/3 length baths, quite small. But it's a handy way to keep it stored away. So as for solar, well, it all worked perfectly. The second wash I put the equivalent of 18 litres of water in my container on the roof, and that took 2 hours, and it went from 19 degrees up to 38 degrees centigrade, and that's a good temperature. I mean, the standard wash is said to be about 40 degrees, and I think that's so it can dissolve grease and fatty type stains. So that worked very well, and the water was very warm. The water in the actual washing machine, kept the washing machine warm the whole cycle. It seemed to be very, very warm to the touch, which is kind of a good sign. So I'm very pleased with that. The actual washing machine doesn't use very much electricity. When it's actually running on the wash cycle, which is only 15 minutes, the motor isn't running all the time. It's turning on and off. It's doing a pulse motion. And also when you're spin drying, that motorcycle uses even less energy, although it is obviously running all the time and spinning it. So all in all, you've got to bring the whole thing for about half an hour. So it's very little in terms of wattage. I haven't actually got my watt meter on board to be able to calculate exactly what it used on a cycle. A future date, if I get hold of it, I might do that. That'll be quite a good thing to try. So could I do that in winter? Well, obviously there's not going to be the opportunity to warm the water on the roof probably. Outside temperature would be too cold even on a sunny day. So the obvious thing is to boil a couple of kettles, or maybe one kettle will do, on the stove, and then use that hot water diluted down for the machine. And you can actually, I think, save your electricity or wait for a sunny day. And even in January or December, there'll be enough electricity to run that washing machine. Might not be actually watching TV so much on that day, but the main thing is the washing will get done, and I wouldn't have to run my engine to do it. So yeah, I think it's quite a good green alternative, and I'm quite pleased. It makes washing more fun, knowing that you can actually do it without actually using any resources. So that's quite good. It does get through the water, obviously. On a boat, water's limited, so yeah, 17 litres is quite a lot in one wallop. So yeah, we'll get through the water a bit more quickly than I was doing before. I only have 400 watts of solar on the boat roof. That's 2 medium-sized solar panels. It's a pretty average setup for somebody who's got solar on a boat. My inverter's only a 1 kilowatt, so that's not a very large one either. That's kind of standard size. So it's not something, it's not some special setup that's been rigged to actually be able to do this, to run one. They will actually work quite well. I think that you could do the similar sort of setup for a caravan or a van conversion, or obviously if you're off grid you've probably got a lot more solar than that, knocking around the roof. So it's a good way of actually doing your washing if you're in limited resources. Well, that wraps this one up. My next video will probably be about my little solar heater I made. It's a very simple construction. It's very cheap and it's brilliant. So I hope you watched that and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you. Goodbye.